I'm glad you're here because I've got something awesome I need to show you. What you just saw was a few photos from my trip to Washington, D.C., which you probably saw if you follow me on my Instagram at WhatsoVideos. In D.C., I got to see The Incredibles 2 with my friend Seamus Gorman at the Super Carlin Brothers meetup. Now, normally with movies, I just walk up to my local theater, fill up my popcorn and get an Icee and sit back and enjoy the show. But this time, I really got the chance to do something so much cooler. I not only got the chance to meet a huge community of wonderful people who I now consider friends, but I also got to meet two of the YouTubers who helped inspire me to create videos on Disney myself. Jay and Ben are inspirations of mine, and they actually helped me wonder about Jack Jack's abilities. Hello, I'm Isaac from WhatsoVideos, where I discuss fun topics for fun people. Today, I want to break down all of Jack Jack's powers. You see, after the meetup, a lot of us were sitting around at a restaurant where Seamus, Jay, and I were talking about how Edna mentions after her babysitting job that she enjoyed exploring all of his 17 powers. 17! That's absolutely bonkers. Now, Edna does state it's common for super children to have many powers as babies, which Seamus rightly thought brings even more questions. Like, why do super babies lose powers? But until Jack Jack's powers are reduced in number, he's going to be one powerful baby. I mean, even before we knew he had a whopping 17 powers, I was already wondering if Jack Jack was the most powerful super in The Incredibles, which is a previous video I will link in the cards above and the description. But now, after seeing The Incredibles 2, he really seems like one overpowered baby, who, for better or worse, helps the plot move along quite a bit. So we were sitting at the table and Jay said he had already attempted to make a list of Jack Jack's powers, but struggled to get to the magic Edna mode number 17. So when I reached out to my subscribers and asked what you wanted to see next, it seemed you guys had some trouble getting to 17 as well. The first 7 are fairly easy to identify since we knew about these powers from both the first Incredibles film and the bonus short. We first saw Jack Jack's ability to combust into flames, turn into metal, and transform into a demonic entity while fighting Syndrome. And we get to see his ability to teleport, float, phase through objects, and use his laser vision while being babysat by Kari. A reveal that left her feeling a bit more stressed than I've ever felt as a sitter.
The baby was exploding! You ever seen an exploding baby before, Mr. Dicker?
In The Incredibles 2, we are then told Jack Jack's teleportation is actually him transporting himself into another dimension and then returning. And we get to see a variety of new powers showcased by the young Incredible, like his ability to multiply himself into a variety of clones, morph his face to transform into another person, launch himself into some sort of flight when sneezing, emit electricity, transform into a gelatin-like state, grow to massive sizes, and one of my personal favorite powers, move objects with his mind, which is better known as telekinesis. Okay, so if you haven't been keeping track initially, we saw 7 powers in The Incredibles and the short, and The Incredibles 2 provided us with 7 newly extremely obvious powers. But Edna alludes to there being 3 more. Edna mode, you fabulous woman, you, always providing us with such interesting mysteries. Now, the last 3 powers would probably need to be confirmed by Brad Bird, which is why I did try to tweet him, but here are my best guesses. When Jack Jack is fighting the raccoon, which was hilarious, I think Jack Jack reveals 2 of his final powers, super strength and invulnerability. His super strength is seen through him being a mere baby throwing chairs around, and the idea of him having invulnerability comes from him being scratched and wrestled by the raccoon with no injuries or disfigurement. I think these powers make enough sense to be added to Jack Jack's list of powers, but they are definitely not as clear as lasers coming out of his eyes. And finally, the last power I think we might see, which I'm not 100% about, has something to do with his ability to mimic people. Alright, let me explain. When Bob comes to pick up Jack Jack from Edna's home, we see him acting a lot like Edna through the way he walked and talked and held that little lollipop. Maybe he has social intelligence or behavioral analysis or something along those lines, so he can adapt the ideal personality to get what he wants. Regardless of whatever you call this power, or if it even is a power, the young super baby has a knack for taking on the behaviors of another. Through my discussions at the Super Carlin Brother meetup, I had to look into all of Jack Jack's 17 powers. Here's the 17 I think he has in song form. He's got multiplication, demon transformation, and laser eyes, dimension hopping, carbon copy copies floating through the sky, telekinesis, sneeze-induced flight, electricity, walking through walls, turning into gelatin and metal, super strength and vulnerability, mimicry, fire, growth. I'm not very good at writing songs. And that's all of Jack Jack's power! If you enjoyed discussing Jack Jack's powers and hearing a little song by me, then click that like button. And if you are interested in staying up to date with more Magical Incredibles 2 videos, then click that subscribe button, click that notification button, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. So now it's time for the question of the day, sponsored by my patrons. Do you agree with my list of Jack Jack's powers? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, along with any other ideas you have for future Discovering Disney episodes. If you'd like to see more Watso videos, then check out some awesome pics over here. And as always, thanks for watching, you amazing people. I love you guys so much. And have a magical day.